Hello and welcome to another Pocket Lint hands-on video. Today I'm joined by the PlayStation 4. Now obviously it's admission time once again. This is not a real PS4. There is nothing inside this box. It's a photo sample designed for magazines and like to take photos to get an idea about what it looks like. Now I was very interested when I saw this console. It's actually incredibly pretty. It's also a lot smaller than I was expecting in comparison with the Xbox One. It is tiny, so I can see why the sort of PlayStation fans were going up against the Xbox fans saying their console's massive and old-fashioned. Obviously this is a little bit more modern looking. It's got this kind of swept look at the front and that's reversed at the back, which is kind of cool. It will definitely look good underneath your TV, although Mrs. Pocket Lint did say that she wasn't particularly taken with it, so take away from that whatever you will. Now this console is £350 at launch. Again, another point of contention for the Xbox One, because some people will say that console is just too damn high in price. It's got obviously all the same sort of outputs as the Xbox One pretty much. No HDMI input on this console, obviously, because it's not intended to do that kind of home cinema functionality, although obviously all of the common apps that you would find on the Xbox are here, you know, the likes of Netflix and that kind of carry-on, so you will be able to use this in much the same way as the Xbox. The back of the Xbox One is actually a fairly sparse affair. It's got less inputs because it doesn't have that HDMI in that you get on the Xbox One, but it does have optical audio out and HDMI out, obviously, and there's also Ethernet out for gigabit Ethernet, but of course wireless 802.11n is built in, which is good. There's also another sort of USB style socket, which we believe is for the likes of the camera, which you can get as an optional extra with this. And over at the front, of course, there are another two USB 3 sockets and the slot loading Blu-ray drive. Not really a massive surprise to see Blu-ray on this console at all. So the PlayStation 4 controller looks similar in a lot of ways to the original PlayStation controllers of old. Here is the PS3 controller. Feels about the same in the hand. This does actually feel a little bit nicer. It's smoother. There's less of an angle to all of the edges. So that's kind of a good thing, because I think it will increase playability and you'll be able to play for longer without getting so fatigued. Spacing wise, actually, again, it feels more useful in my hand. I mean, I've always felt that the PS3 controller was a little bit too stubby, and it always feels to me like my hands are slightly too big. Actually, feeling this controller, it doesn't feel quite that bad. I still don't think that the analog controllers are quite in the right place for my hands, but that's, you know, personal choice, and I'm sure for most people it would be absolutely fine. Obviously there's the light on the back, different colours available there, and you've got a share button, which enables you to share up to 15 minutes of gameplay footage. So, how's the reaction been to the PS4 so far? Well, if you're on the internet in any way, shape or form, and I believe that you are, then you will have noticed that generally the public seems to have rallied around the PS4, whereas it's been a little bit more anti the Xbox One. That's led Microsoft to change a number of things about its console, whereas Sony has obviously just stuck with the launch, as it was announced. 8 gigs of RAM in here, some sort of AMD graphics processor, 1 million pre-orders apparently as of August 2013. So already arguably a success even before it's launched, which happens in November. There's also no regional game locking on this console, which will please game fans, no doubt. But of course, Blu-ray is a different kettle of fish altogether, and we have no reason to believe the Blu-ray drive will be unlocked. Sony should be asking itself some serious questions there, but of course that's got a lot to do with the Blu-ray Disc Association, a very silly organisation indeed. Anyway, that was our first look of the PS4. Please join us for more in due course.